Greetings, great people. We have been able to look through the levels of financial dependency in a previous video. That is from financial dependency as level number 1, financial solvency or self-sufficiency, self-survival or the breathing room, financial stability as level number 4, number 5 as financial comfort, and number 6, financial independency or financial freedom. Then finally, the financial abundance. Yes, these 7 levels, we can break them further and classify them as between the level 1 and level number 3. Those are the survival levels. The levels where you're just surviving. You're just, you're just there and surviving and in the rat race. The financial dependency, the financial survival, and the financial stability, and survival. You're just there and surviving. But once you're able to come out of those 3 and you join financial stability, then you start thriving. So the next 4, the financial abundance, the financial comfort, the financial independence, you are already thriving and doing better, and you can even do much, much better than the financial abundance. There you don't even talk of thriving. You are living the life. You are living the abundance life as really God intended you to. So within those three classifications, the survival and the thriving, then you're able to look through and see how can we move from one level to the other. We will be able to see what really can characterize, or what you can look at and know that this is the level that I am in. In a previous video, we had highlighted on what are needs and what are want, and what is the Maslow hierarchy of needs. We will use those terms to be able to describe how it feels like to be in one of the specific levels. Financial solvency or self-sufficiency is the next level after you've been able to work on yourself, and you've accepted that you don't have to depend on anyone, and you started getting self-sufficient. You're now receiving a salary, or you've now started exercising your talent, and you're now self-sufficient. You can get some source of income. In this level, you will realize that you're able to have just enough to meet your needs. You're able to at least to meet your needs for food, shelter, clothing, and the very basic needs. And this is the second level in terms of dependency. And someone, if they are working on themselves, they will have the energy now to really, they are motivated and they're inspired to work on this level. In the financial solvency level, if you were to compare this with a climate, you'd compare this with the tropical semi-desert climate of the central and the northern areas. On this level, what you will realize, or what will characterize, or what will make you feel like you're in this level, is that the kind of food you eat, at least you now have a little choice of the food that you eat, and you're able to eat the products of animals. You're not eating like an animal, you're now eating the products of animals. You're able to enjoy eggs, you're able to enjoy milk, besides the other normal food. And at this point, at least you're able now to enjoy the kind of food and how it's prepared. Then in terms of the means of transport, you realize at this point you're able now to use a donkey, you're able to use a bicycle or a boda. At least you're able to have, besides walking and all that, you're able to have some fare even to be able to move from one place to another. Then the kind of housing for the people in this level, financial solvency, is that you're able, at least now you are able to be dependent on yourself, and you're able to make small progress, and you're able to have a temporary house. You're able to use mabati, you're able to use tiba. You're also able maybe to just have a comfortable temporary house at this level. And if you are renting, you're in a city or you're in a place, you're able now to rent a place that is like 1 bedroom or single roomed, something like that. You are able to appreciate some form of housing. Then the kind of clothes these people wear, You were able to wear some basic clothing. You're able now to buy for yourself something. You're able now to buy some second-hand clothing. You're able to occasionally go and have a tailor stitch what you want to wear. And at least you have some choice on the kind of clothing that you wear. And you are now aware that you need to wear nice clothes. But at this point, you're not able to wear fancy clothing or designer clothing. But at least you're able to dress and dress well at this point. And at this point, when you are able to have some some sufficient info, you start to get to realize, and you start even looking at how you're building your house to secure yourself. You can see at this point, you'll put a door to your house. You will realize people might put a fence around the house. If it's you're living in a rented house, you'll look for a house in an area that you feel that it's safe and secure. In terms of love and belonging, these people at this level, they don't have many friends. In the midst of when you don't have abundance or when you're poor, you don't have friends. Even those who you are friends, they don't want to be associated with you, because at this point you're not able to to entertain them. So at this point you might not have many friends, but if you have a family, please treasure it and keep it close. Yes. Then in terms of their self-esteem need, at this point when you're getting something small, your character starts to develop and you start getting aware and you start learning on how to just to improve on yourself. And at this point you have some esteem and you'll not be used by other people anyhow, because at least you have some level of esteem and you're able to get aware and you're able to know what really it means for you, what is good for you. In terms of self-actualization, you start realizing that the hopes and the desires and the dreams you had long time ago, they will start realizing them, and you start now trying to create them. And you can realize at this point you're able now to start putting a picture of what you expect for the future. And at this point, at least you see, if you're close, you start realizing these people are able now to not only talk about, they're able now to start aligning themselves in the direction of their dream, and they're able now to start appreciating that they have dreams and the world has they have something that the world will be willing to listen to. So at this point, they start working towards the journey of self-actualization. In terms of their balance sheet or in terms of their books, what you realize is that whatever they get, they use all of it in terms of their need. Whatever they get, they're just sufficient enough to meet your need. So you realize whatever they get, it all goes to expenses. So at this point, they are not able to have any asset, neither do they have any liability. But since they are already starting to work, you realize that these people will start now trying to borrow the small loans, the M-Shwaris, the M-Pesa, and the mobile loans that they are able to get, and they have very small limits. So at this point, we also get to learn tactics on how now to get out of this level, the solvency, so that now we are able to go to the next, that is survival. But remember, at this stage, you're still at the rat race, you are still on survival mode, and you might not have very many friends. The Bible says a poor man might not be decent. So at this point, it's you still, I don't want to say a poor that is passing over opportunities regularly. You might be getting opportunities to add to your income, but then you might not be having the money or some income to help you now acquire those opportunities that will be able to make you move from that level to the next. At this time, it is good to learn the tactics that will allow you now to learn better and improve on that what you have, and you start deciding to start another source of income, and as another source of income, so that you're able now to move to the next.